Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me for my YouTube series, Normalizing Next, where we've been talking about vision this month. And it's based on my new book, Normalizing Next, a post-COVID-19 resource for church leaders. It's important to write your vision, and not only write your vision, but make it plain, make it clear. We reflect on the words of the writer and the prophet Habakkuk in these powerful and profound words. Write a vision, make it plain upon a tablet, so that a runner can read it. There is still a vision for the appointed time. It testifies to the end. It does not deceive. If it delays, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not be late. Sometimes we struggle with figuring out God's vision for our lives. But I want to remind you that God has a vision just for you. Here are 3 ways to help you have a deeper understanding of God's vision for your life. Number 1, discernment. When we choose to spend time with God through prayer and scripture reading and meditation and fasting, God opens a new awareness about who we are, where we are, and all that God has in store for us. I know making time for God isn't always easy, but it's the best time you can ever commit. That's time spent with God. And not only does God speak to us directly in these moments, but God also uses these angels, as I call them, who give us wisdom and guidance along the way. There are times when we don't know the full package or the full understanding of the vision, but sometimes people come into our lives and it's a text, it's a tweet, it's something that they say or that they do that gives us the full understanding and the package of the vision that God has for our lives. I don't know how you spend your time, but I encourage you in 2022 to spend more time with God and with other people who have wisdom so you can get a fuller understanding of God's vision for your life. Number 2, discovery. Discovery is when the vision is crystallized and you finally understand your purpose. You know when you've discovered your vision and your purpose, when you start living your life in such a way that you're solely focused on what the vision is all about. Greg McCowan wrote a book entitled Essentialism, and this is what he says about living the life of an essentialist. The way of the essentialist means living by design and not by default. Wow, that is super powerful. When you've discovered your purpose and your vision, you don't live your life by default, but you live your life by design. That's why it's so important to spend time in discernment, to understand what your life and purpose and vision are all about. And when you fully understand it, you will have discovered God's purpose and plan for your life. And you no longer will live your life by default, but you'll live your life by design. Well, I told you there were 3 tips, but you've got to come back next week for tip number 3, which is deployment. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on social media, check out my website, olubrown.com, for my latest book, Normalizing Next, a post-COVID-19 resource for church leaders, and other books that I've written that I believe are written and designed just for you. Thank you for spending this time in our Normalizing Next YouTube series. We'll see you next week.